What's cracking, everyone? My name is LastPixel and welcome back to Rome Total War. Previously we managed to take Narbor Martius from the Gauls. And right now we're gonna focus on clearing what's remaining from those barbarians. And we're gonna try to stabilize the region. This newly conquered settlement will give us the option to expand further into Spain and even into the heart of Gaul. And of course, we can't ignore the additional income it will generate. That's a good bonus to the whole thing as well. So let's build a shrine to Jupiter right now. And let's go and annihilate the rest of that barbarian scum in our near vicinity. I'm gonna select everyone inside and we're gonna sally out to meet them in the open field. I'm hoping to get everyone back inside the city by the end of the turn. Otherwise, we're gonna have a little bit of issues with the public order if we don't go back on time.
General!
Looks like we've got them cornered. So let's get them.
Attack!
As you can see, guys, this will be pretty one-sided because we have cavalry, actually a lot of cavalry on our hands, and we have archers. And we have twice as many troops on the field. Let's try to crush every single one of them, just for the fun of it.
The auspices have been taken, and gods be praised, nothing can be found to deny us victory today. With such portents, we need only march upon the enemy. The Gauls fool themselves and think they are our equals or better. I think they had the stench of death about them. They have been led here by strutting fools and blustering morons. Now they will pay the price. I have never yet lost a fight against these men. I have no intention of starting today. So together we will gain another victory. I have won many great victories for Rome. Be strong in that truth, and let this be one more. March on, and know that our victory is assured as long as we live and die like true Romans. Units, await my orders!
Wow! This is a pretty interesting place for a battle. And looks like we're almost done with the formation, so thanks game for setting almost everything up for us. I'm only gonna make some minor adjustments and we should be ready to go.
Move out! General! March! Count watch! Move! Move! March! Archers! Move out!
Okay, this looks good. I want everyone in guard mode, and I want the archers to be out of skirmish mode in order for them not to run away when the enemy approaches our line. Cool, so we're gonna fight near the fields. Let's move a little bit closer so our archers are in range, and let's pick the enemy apart. So we're not gonna conserve ammo today. I've set all the hastari to throw at will, so hopefully that will be enough to rout these enemies. Oh wow. Am I the only one who sees a boot and a skull in the clouds? Is that an omen? Are you trying to tell me something, game? It's definitely a pretty interesting detail. Anyways, let's double time it over there. And let's try to annoy our enemy as much as possible. Actually, that might be too far. Yeah, they're gonna be just outside of our range. So we're gonna have to move even closer than that. By the way, look at the fields! It's like the villagers saw the armies coming and were like, oh hell nah! And left mid-harvest. Alright, I know the enemy has skirmishers. They're probably gonna try to use them to shoot some of us down. But we're not gonna give them that chance. We have more range on our archers, so we're shooting down that unit as soon as it comes out. Also, we might try to outmaneuver the enemy with our cavalry so that we can apply pressure to their sides or their rear. Looks like they're already coming out. and they're starting to take losses from our fire. Now, this is not a bad move, CPU. Putting your skirmishers in loose formation like that, it can definitely help, but not in this case. You have way too much arrows coming in. And looks like we've managed to rout one of their units. Awesome. So, we cannot let anyone escape. That's the challenge at least. So let's get our cavalry. Oh, their skirmishers routed as well. Yeah. We kinda saw that one coming. Let's get our horses in the mix. I'm kinda hoping to chase down the routing forces with the cavalry and to have them circle around the enemy so that we can apply some mental stimulation for the remaining forces to give up the fight. Now the likely bonus of all this is that it will make our archer fire a little bit more deadly. What I mean by that is that when we circle around the enemy, they're gonna try to reform, pretty much how they're doing right now, in order to face the cavalry. However, by doing so, they're exposing their backs to our archer fire. I'm pretty much giving them a choice. Either face our archers and expose your backs to a cavalry charge, or face the cavalry and expose your backs to archer fire. I mean, it's pretty sinister, I know, but we're not gonna show any mercy. If the tables were turned, we won't see any from them. Bam! This will be close. Come on, guys! Get them! Whew! Just in time. Alright. Let's see. How do we want to approach this? Let's bring back the cavalry for intimidation purposes. And from the looks of it, we're doing a pretty okay job for now. Also, they're maneuvering that little unit on the left. I think that's the same unit that broke earlier. So we're gonna chase them down for good. We're gonna try to bait them in, and hopefully our fillet can do the job. I've also told the archers to light up their arrows for even greater effect on the enemy morale. We're gonna use our brave little town watch to try to bait the enemy in. Or of course we can simply charge the enemy, judging by their numbers. Looks like they're taking the bait. Why not charge them, you know? I have faith in them. Yeah, here we go. They managed to scare them off and to save some ammunition. Oh, the initial plan was to bait them in. After that, I simply decided to charge them, you know, to test the mettle of our town watch. And looks like they have the guts. Now, the enemy doesn't. That's on them. Let's chase them down with the cavalry like the previous unit. Looks like that infuriates the enemy because they're trying to stop us from getting to their fellow clansmen. However, trying to outmaneuver cavalry while being on foot is pretty much like trying to push water uphill with a rake. It's not really helpful, you know? Alright, so we have a lot of fillet left, so let's bait the enemy in so that we can throw it at them. We're gonna try to do that with the cavalry that is currently almost at our lines. So we want to start moving the cavalry. Actually, we want to start moving the cavalry as fast as possible because they're almost at their tails. Now it's a good time to throw it, guys. Come on, get them. Let's see how they like that. And they broke. Awesome. It's time to run them down with the cavalry. Now while we're doing that, I want everyone to focus on the last remaining unit of the enemy in order for us to either rout them or tear them to shreds. Now, they do have a general in that unit, so I think that they'll be a little more difficult to rout. But they will eventually. We should have a little more fillet left if the archers don't have any ammunition. And they don't, yeah. Alright. Let's make it close and personal. By the way, right now we're chasing a unit with a few warriors lagging behind. so our cavalry won't push forward. In this case, the solution to that problem is simple. You only need to get your unit in front of theirs, and after that, give them an attack order in order for them to come back. That way you can get all of them. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. And they routed.
The gods be praised!
That was quick.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear and now they flee!
You know the drill. Let's chase them down.
Quickly!
That's the last one. We also didn't lose that many units, so we should be good if another barbarian army appears in that region. I'm pretty sure that they'll be back for some more ass whooping. Those masochists always come back.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms!
Let's see how many casualties we've sustained. 9. That's even less than before. Alright. That was a good battle. Pretty one-sided, but it was definitely a good battle.
Victory!
Now it's time to head back into town.
Orders?
When we took Nabomartius, we exterminated most of the population in there, due to concerns about the public order. So right now it only has 400.
Imperator?
That's gonna be a problem because we do want to retrain units in it. So I'm gonna disband one of the town watch in order for us to regain some population, and we're gonna retrain the other unit of town watch that we have. Moving further right, we have these two lovely characters over here. Before we give them any orders, we're gonna train one unit of town watch in Massilia, and we're gonna move this general inside. Once that is done, we're gonna get our factionaire, and we're gonna start moving with our new retinue towards Italy to repel that barbarian army near Segesta. I really hope that the enemy doesn't do something sneaky and try to take out our factionaire. If we lose them so early on, it'll be really detrimental. So, I don't have any idea what the rebel army has, so we're gonna sally out just to see what they have. Oh, that's a well-equipped army. And we're gonna go back into the settlement. We're not gonna engage them right now. At least not until we've dealt with the goals inside our lands. So let's prepare an army for the task. I think that 2 units of Hastati, 1 unit of Velites, and 1 unit of Equites is pretty much enough. We want some spearmen as well, just in case. So we're gonna grab 1 unit of Town Watch from here. And that's gonna be our wrecking ball, which our factionaire will command.
Onward!
Now that we've managed to gather everyone, we're gonna block off the enemy from escaping. Which means we're gonna position our army between the mountains and the sea.
Prepare for battle!
Like
On
so.
the move, sir!
That way we can make sure that the enemy doesn't have any way to escape. Not without facing us, at least. And once our factionaire arrives, we'll be able to dispatch them with ease. Even though that's cavalry, he'll need 3 turns to do that. But our enemies are not going anywhere. While we're waiting for that to happen, we're gonna maneuver our fleet to block off the port of Patavium. That's a Senate mission, so we're gonna receive some kind of reward for doing that. And we're also gonna cut off some of the revenue that Patavium is generating for the goals. Apparently, we're gonna receive 1 unit that we can recruit as a reward. It's something. I'm not gonna say no to free troops. So let's end the turn.
We're besieged!
Our fleet is under attack. I think that's the same one that we dispatched to Patavium.
Withdraw!
Yep, it is.
Move to
And we
freedom,
lost.
sir.
But that doesn't matter. Oh, no you don't. Looks like I was right, guys. We're under attack. That's pretty much an ambush from them.
Retreat!
So let's try to
Moves depleted, sir.
Oh, you bastards. Alright. Looks like we can't really avoid fighting. Let's face these unwashed barbarians head on and show them what we're made of. Have your fingers crossed, guys, because we don't want to lose our factionaire.
Right, lads! Up and at them! No mercy, no retreat! Units, await my orders!
A short and simple speech. That's how we like it. Okay, we have the mobility advantage over our enemy. So the battle plan is pretty simple as well. Pretty much like that speech. We're gonna try to go after the skirmishers first. We're gonna rout them. And after that, we're gonna annihilate them. Once that is done, we're gonna make sure that the enemy warband is nice and exhausted before we charge them. It's pretty much all I managed to come up with. Anyways, we got this one. I guess it's a pretty nice test for my micromanagement skills. As long as we don't engage the warband first, because, well, those spears will be lethal, we should be alright. First things first, let's speed up the gameplay, and our initial goal is to separate the skirmishers from the spearmen. I'm gonna pull back the cavalry some more because I want the enemy to be as tired as possible. That will give us the option to maneuver between their ranks a little bit more freely. By the way guys, thank you so much for sticking with me till this point. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you're enjoying the content. Hit that like if you do.
General.
Woohoo, shameless plug. Definitely an interesting segue. This should be a nice position. Right now they're moving in as a solid line. However, I'm pretty sure that if we charge the enemy skirmishers with the cavalry, they're gonna try to run. And that's exactly what we're hoping for. It seems that they're already winded. That is great news for us.
General.
Let's kick this plan into action.
General. Quickly! Kill them!
Awesome! This is going according to plan. We managed to separate them. Now let's finish them off. Oh, come on guys, don't run from us. We only wish you well. Get him! You can't really use your spears right now, can you? And looks like we managed to rout them. Now we only need to mop them up. And of course, pull back the cavalry to a safe distance in order for them to rest, so that they can be fresh while we exhaust the enemy spears a little bit more, in order for us to have the best chance of winning this battle. Now the good thing about the General's Bodyguard is that it is a heavy cavalry, and it's pretty much equal to a wrecking ball if you use it correctly. I do plan to utilize all its potential, especially early game. So little ambushes like that, yeah, they're stressful because our general can die, and if that happens, well, pretty much all the cavalry goes with him, and all the retinue. But that can really happen if we charge recklessly into a wall of spears or something like that. Like the one chasing us right now. If they're fresh, we might lose our general, even though we have so much heavy cavalry. When you're outnumbered, if you can, a good rule of thumb is always to try to tire out the enemy before engaging them. If you make a combo by disrupting their formation before charging them, that's even better. The idea behind all of that is for you to understand that it's better not to have a strategy based only on reaction. If that makes any sense. I mean, yes, you're gonna have to react to the battlefield because the situation is always changing. However, you should always have a plan before leaping into the fray.
General.
Let's clear what's remaining from the skirmishers and rest our cavalry. Here we go, and I see an open terrain right over here, which is ideal. We're gonna deploy our men at the edge of the forest, and we're gonna wait for the enemy. Now, this could take a moment or two, so I would like to use the time to make a pretty interesting announcement for some of you guys. I've been receiving a number of comments from you lately about starting a new series on the channel. I presume that you already know for which game it is. If you don't, let me share you the secret. We're gonna be diving into barbarian invasion soon. To be honest, I still don't know which faction I'm gonna pick, but it's definitely gonna be a Roman one. So it's gonna be either the Eastern or the Western Roman Empire. I guess you can safely say that I'm a Roman at heart. It's what suits me the most, and I can't really imagine playing with anything else. You know what? To make things even more interesting for you guys, let me know in the comments below, in this video or the next one of the original Rome Total War, with which one of the two mentioned factions you want to see me start Barbarian Invasion. Of course, you can also hit me up on Discord or the other social media platforms that I'm in. I'm gonna take everything into consideration, and I'm gonna pick the one that you guys voted for the most. So, do let me know. Looks like the enemy is almost in position. Alright, let's slow down the game. Let's hope that we can drive them off the map with one heroic charge. Yeah, you can throw as much insults at us as you want. We're still beating your hairy asses down. It's time to bring some civilization to those lowly barbarians. Okay, this should be close enough. Let's give the order.
Kill them! General! Kill them quickly!
Get 'em, boys! Oh crap.
All Rome will be amazed at such a victory. The day is ours!
I didn't mean to press that, but I guess it's alright. We've won. We've managed to fight our way through this ambush and to live another day.
Victory!
Looks like the Senate wants us to blockade Sparta next. That's not really something that we can do, so we're gonna ignore that mission. And the treasury is getting a little bit low, but that's because we're building stuff.
Imperator!
By the way guys, a little piece of trivia that I managed to learn recently is that the Roman golden coin was actually called aureus,
Move out!
or denarius aureus.
Move depleted,
Now we know.
sir. General!
Due to that fact, I'm not sure that I'm gonna continue calling our money denarii, you know? Actually, the denarius was the silver coin,
Imperator!
and one golden aureus was equal to 25 denarii. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be useful info for any of you,
Imperator!
but at least we managed to educate ourselves on the subject. If you enjoy little historical facts like that, I might actually start adding them to the videos. So feel free to let me know in the comments below for that as well. So, for now, our expansion seems to be going pretty smoothly. We managed to take a lot of new territories in the previous episodes, and we might want to take this little island over here. It seems like a pretty good target for us in the near future. And it should be Carthaginian if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of which,
Fleet ready!
we still have this fleet blockading their port.
Aye aye, Captain!
We're gonna pull it back for now, because we're probably gonna need it. If anything happens to it, we can always build a new one from Corrales. Let's get our other fleet to drive back the barbarian one, which is currently blockading our port. We should be able to win this naval engagement. Yeah, here we go.
Victory!
And before we block off the port of Patavium again, I might actually retrain some of the ships that we lost,
Aye, aye, Captain.
just to get everyone back to full strength. Here we go, and since we have a few gold coins left, we might as well build something. That should do it. Okay, let's end the turn. Oh, nice! That's a Greek diplomat. Alright, I'm kinda speechless. They're offering us alliance, trade rights, and map information. Wow. I can't really say no to such a generous offer. I'm sure that they're gonna prove to be a useful ally. So right now, our treasury is starting to look good. And looks like we have a new commander. Let's check out his traits. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he can be worse. Due to our alliance, all of the Roman factions are now at ceasefire with the Greeks. That's pretty good news for us because it will slow down the Brutii expansion into Greek territories. Or at least for a moment. Now that's interesting. Let's try to ruin the Carthaginian day by sinking their transport ships.
Row for your lives!
Well, that failed miserably. We desperately need a stronger navy. Note taken. Anyways, they're not carrying that many troops on board, so it doesn't matter really. If they decide to land near Corrales, we can just trample them. Oh, come on, don't taunt me like that. This rebel army has been a thorn in my sides ever since it appeared. I'm pretty sure that our province is losing money because of it.
Sir!
So we can't really allow that to stand for much longer.
General!
We can probably deal with it once we chase out the goals from our Really? You masochists are back so early? Fine. I'm gonna leave this fight for the next part. And here's a good place to end this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope to see all you beautiful sons of guns again next time. Rome and Victor.